The Conjuring is being called the scariest movie of the summer, especially for Hollywood studios pumping out all those expensive duds. Last weekend, the haunted house chiller did more than $41 million at the box office, twice its budget in just 3 days. Take a look.
What are you doing? Do you see it? There's someone behind the door.
This is one of those movies supposedly based on a true story, but is it really? In the 1970s, Andrea Perron family lived in the Rhode Island farmhouse depicted in the film, and she wrote a book about it, House of Darkness, House of Light. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
You say that the movie is essentially true.
It is essentially true. There are elements of fiction in it. However, for the most part, in broad sweeping strokes, it captures the true elements of what we endured for 10 years in this farmhouse.
So take us back to 1970 when you and your family all moved into the house. Was it immediate? Did things suddenly start happening, or was it over a period of time?
It was immediate. We moved during a snowstorm, and I walked in with a box from the truck, and I greeted a gentleman that was standing in the dining room, and he ignored me as if I were the ghost.
You, like a vision? You saw sort of...
I saw a full-body apparition. My sisters both saw him, too, the two that followed me in, and then the third came into the kitchen, and she said, that man in the dining room just disappeared. That was our first encounter.
This was 1971 when you moved in.
Yes.
You ended up staying in this house for 10 years,
Yes.
and the obvious question is, why?
I hear that a lot. What is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
There were a lot of reasons, many reasons. First and foremost, we loved the place, and we figured we could handle whatever got thrown our way, not realizing the siege that my mother was under at the time. It wasn't as intense with us. But mostly, I really do believe, upon reflection, we were supposed to. The elements that conspired to bring us, likewise conspired to keep there.
You guys had paranormal investigators involved in all of
Yes.
this. What did they do? And I'm curious, did it have any effect on things? Did it make it better? Did it make it worse?
It made it worse. It was inadvertent on their part. Ed and Lorraine Warren came to help us. We all believed that. But he, being a demonologist and her a gifted clairvoyant, really stirred things up in the house. And unfortunately, they opened a door they weren't able to close.
Have you been back to the house since?
Numerous times. It's the only place on earth that feels like home to me.
Even after all that?
Yes.
But your mom has no interest in going back to this house, right?
She'll never step foot back on the property.
So I'm curious now, when you look at the movie, was the scariest scene depicted in this, or did things happen to you and your family in that home you didn't even want to touch? It was so terrifying.
They didn't want to touch it. It's all documented and chronicled in the books, and the third volume will be out shortly. But the film does capture the big picture. Fear is conquered by love. Good vanquishes evil. You know, really large issues that need to be addressed in terms of telling the story. I think it's a beautiful film. People will leave stunned. They'll also leave educated.
How many times have you seen it, just out of curiosity?
4 times, and it still makes me cry.
You've certainly lived through a lot. Andrea Perron, thank you for being with us this morning.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.